Hey everybody, how you guys doing up there today? Hope everybody is staying healthy and safe. Well, we're back again. We're going to take a look at another sneaker. This one is actually one of my favorites. And the silhouette itself is one that has a very special meaning to me. So let's not waste any more time. We're here today to talk about the 2021 Jordan 6 Carmine with Nike Air on the back. So this is the first time in 30 years that we've got the shoe with Nike Air on the back, like the original in 1991. The shoe has been retroed 3 times, 2008, 2014, and now in 2021. The 2008 and 2014 versions had the Jumpman logo with the Air on the back. So this is the first time we're getting the shoe to look exactly like the original or as close to it as it possibly can. Now, the release of this shoe was an absolute nightmare. What ended up happening is if you're not kind of up on sneakers, you're not like a sneakerhead like myself or others out there, what ended up happening is the Jordan brand, Nike, whatever you want to call it, used a paint to paint the midsole here, and the paint turned pink. So all of this had a light shade of pink on it, not on all of the pairs, but a pretty decent amount of the pairs. So what ended up happening is since the pairs were defective, Jordan brand asked for the retailers around the world to send the pairs back that were defective. So what ended up being what was going to be a very large general release with a lot of pairs ended up shrinking the pairs down and making the release become very limited. I was not able to get this on release day, and I really thought I would be able to. And I was shocked that I wasn't able to. So what I ended up having to do is I had to go onto eBay and I had to pick up a pair on there. Now, I did pay more than the $200 retail, but the reason why I chose to get them off of eBay is because you can see pictures of the actual shoe. So I was able to see this shoe on eBay and make sure that there weren't any defects on it, which there weren't. So that was really great. Another thing that with eBay is they're actually starting a new program now. It's an authentication program. So what ends up happening is this was actually the first shoe that I bought off of there that qualified for the program. So the program basically is if the shoe is brand new and it meets a certain dollar threshold, what ends up happening is when you buy the shoe, the seller, instead of shipping the shoe straight to you, ships it to eBay. eBay then goes through and authenticates the shoe to make sure that it's legit. And then once they authenticate it, they ship it to you. So it does take a little bit longer to get the shoe than it usually does. For instance, I ordered this shoe on February 15th, and I got this shoe today, which is March 9th. So it took a good 3 weeks to get here. And I know that we had some weather issues the last couple of weeks. I know we had a lot of snow in the Midwest and even here in the East. And I know that they mentioned something about delays due to COVID, which I'm not sure what that means, but it did take longer to get. I do actually have 2 other shoes that are currently going through the authentication program, so I'm kind of curious to see if they take as long as well as this one did. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to give you a little bit closer look at the shoe here. If you're a sneaker YouTuber or you go on YouTube a lot to look at sneakers, you've probably seen videos of these about 1,000 times now, so I don't want to bore you with it. But for those of you who may not have seen this, please stay tuned. We'll take a closer look at this. And after that, I do have a really cool story about this shoe, and so stick around for that too. So let's go take a look at this one.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the Jordan 6 Carmine here. Beautiful shoe. This is one of the original colorways back in 1991. There were 5 original colorways. Overall, the shoe, as far as quality goes, is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty typical of a Jordan retro that we get nowadays. I did do some research, and the white material on the shoe is leather, and the red material is a synthetic leather. Now the white material is very stiff, but it kind of feels like once you wear it, it will break in pretty nicely. The red material around the shoe is very soft. After I shot this video, I actually finally kind of took the shoe out and looked at it, and you can see here how soft and pliable the leather is on the toe box. It is very soft and very comfortable. I was actually really impressed with that. It looks like it's pretty good quality. Now, Carmine, the reason they call it Carmine is Carmine is actually a shade of red. And let's take a look at we'll go up here, the laces, and take a look at the lace lock here. Now, the lace lock will have Nike on it as well as the Jumpman, which is basically how the OG used to come. The tongue is a Huarache style tongue, and it does have the Air Jordan printed on it. The insole of the shoe is black insole with Nike Air on the heel. This insole actually feels a lot more cushioned than other sixes that I've had, and it's very comfortable. So let's go ahead and take a look at the medial side of the shoe here. The midsole is where they were having the issues, like I mentioned before. Initially, they thought what was happening was the red dye on the panels above the midsole were bleeding into the midsole, but it actually turned out to be, I guess the paint was cheap, and it turned that shade of pink. But like I said, I got mine off of eBay, and from what I see, my pair looks to be pretty clean. Also, not really many defects as far as that goes. And here's what everybody wanted, Nike Air on the back. Also, the shoe had inspiration from Michael Jordan's Porsche, and that is supposed to represent the Porsche spoiler on Michael Jordan's car. Let's go and take a look at the outsole here. And, I mean, you really can't beat that brand new icy white bottom with the red Jumpman logo on there. Unfortunately, with the white bottom, as soon as you wear it one time, it's going to get destroyed. But, you know, it's a sneaker. You're supposed to wear it. Before I go here, I wanted to show you guys, this is the eBay Authentication Tag, very much like the StockX tag. It also comes with this card. I think GOAT kind of sends one of these as well, but I didn't try this, but supposedly you can put your phone near the tag and it will pop up something on your phone and you can kind of do more research as to what they did for authenticating your shoe.
All right, so that was a closer look at the Jordan 6 Carmine here. I do have a kind of a cool story about this particular shoe. Back in 1991, when I was around 14 years old, the Jordan 6 Black Infrared was the first ever Jordan that I bought with my own money. So I went to the store in my hometown here, and I actually put this shoe on layaway. Now, I know a lot of you out there might be too young to know what layaway is, but so I put this shoe on layaway, and I worked the entire summer cutting grass, saving my allowance, doing other chores, so that I could save up the money to get this shoe. On the day that I have enough money to go get this shoe, I went to the store, which I'm thinking was probably around like maybe August of 1991. So when I walked in the front door of the sneaker store to pick this one up, in the glass case in the front of the store was sitting the Carmine 6. And that started a whole, please don't be offended, a whole Sophie's choice of which one should I get and which one shouldn't I get. And it turned into, you know, me trying on both shoes, you know, looking in the mirror, going back and forth on which one I should pick. And at the end of the day, I ended up taking home the Infrared 6. And I sadly left the Carmine 6 behind. But, you know, 30 years later, I finally have it again, and it's in my collection. But the real rub of the whole thing is that I ended up hitting a growth spurt about a few months later, and I ended up growing out of this shoe and wasn't able to wear it anymore. So I was only really able to wear the shoe for maybe like 2 or 3 months. And that really sucked because like I worked the entire summer, saved all my money, and really was only able to wear this shoe for maybe like 2 or 3 months before I completely grabbed it and it killed my feet. Please stay tuned. I will have a few other videos here coming up. Like I mentioned, I am waiting on a few other shoes to get delivered. But since there's absolutely nothing that is coming out in the next maybe few weeks, months from Jordan that I want, I have what I call a most wanted list. And what I decided to do was I decided to try to secure some shoes off that list. So I was able to get 2 off that list. So that's kind of what I'm going to try to do now. But anyway, I want to thank you guys a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me pose a question to you. If you were in my situation back in 1991 and you had to pick either the Black Infrared or the Carmine, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.